Hey everyone, and welcome back to Flight Sim 24. Hopefully, my voice is a little better this time in this video compared to how it was in the previous video. Having a cold for at least a couple of weeks now, okay? But I think I'm doing better, and hopefully I sound better. So, I mentioned in the last video about the Lockheed JetStar that I was going to do another video, a follow-up video with a full flight with this aircraft, doing the flight planning, the waypoints, the approach, everything. Okay, so we're going to do that today, and we're going to be departing from right here, Marathon, Florida Keys, and we will be flying over to Marco Island. So it's about a 25-minute flight, and I'm not going to go through the startup tutorial again since I've already done that. And I'm going to try to keep this video at a reasonable length so, you're not watching things that you already watched. So if you want to check out the startup tutorial, just check out the other video. Okay, because I'm going to go ahead and get this aircraft started up, and we will go from there. Okay, so we finished the full startup procedure that I discussed in the last video, and all four engines on, running great, started the same way, and all the systems are up and running. Now let me show you right here, okay, on the Garmin. First of all, if you get this aircraft, you're going to have to remember that when you first get in this aircraft, it will tell you, if you don't have this installed, it will tell you that you should go to pms.com. A little message will come up right here. Really simple to do. Go to pms50.com, download the file, and then you just drop it into your community folder, which some of you may be familiar with from Flight Sim 2020. I've done that there too, to use this Garmin 750. Now, I think if you don't do that, it'll default with the original Garmin, and you can select it from here. You see, it says PMS, TDS, GTN units. So I think right there is where you're going to select this, okay, if you don't have that installed. All right, but I have it installed, and I do recommend it because it works pretty good. All right, so we're going to discuss, the whole flight plan here with this aircraft, and also we're going to go over the autopilot. Keep in mind, this aircraft is very different. This is not going to be like those new modern business jets. It's an old classic business jet, so don't expect it to be like the Citation Sovereign or the Citation X, something like that, because it's an older aircraft and it operates like it should, I would think. Okay, and we're going to go over the autopilot, which is just like I said, it's just all right here. All right, so now let's go ahead and I only have one waypoint set, and I'm going to show you why. The reason why I have one waypoint set, because as we get closer to our destination airport, we're going to set the approach. And it's really simple to do. We'll set the approach and we'll come on in. I got my altimeter set, so let's get our parking brake off. Okay, and get our parking brake off. Let's see what else. All right, everything else is looking good. And we're also going to talk about, on the landing, I'm going to show you the speed brakes and things like that. And the thing about this aircraft is you do have to understand it is very different. But things work. It's sad how some people review aircraft like this, or any aircraft at that, and it's obvious when you watch them, it's like they don't really know what they're even doing with it. It's like, take a minute, familiarize yourself with the aircraft, because I see a lot of others just making so many mistakes. I'm like, that does work. You do it like this. So I'm going to show you right here, we're demonstrating it right here, that this aircraft will work if done properly, okay? Parking brake is off. Now let's go ahead and we're going to taxi. Let's see, I'm going to taxi just straight forward, and we're going to take off on runway 25, okay? Runway 25 will be directly in front of us. Now I will mention too, with this aircraft, you need to watch how you turn it, because it can be a little tippy. Okay, so as I was mentioning, the aircraft can feel a little tippy when you're taxiing, so make sure you keep it slow, especially when you're turning and things like that, because there's a lot going on here. Notice you have 2 large fuel tanks on the wings, plus 4 engines, 2 on each side. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you are taxiing. You can see, let me see if I can, I'm going a little slow now, so it won't do it now, but it will detect a crash, and it will get a little tip on you if you're not careful, okay? Line up, and let's get set here. And it's really pretty out here at Marathon, as you can see. And I want to mention something else also. Right here, what you are seeing is, this is actually with photogrammetry turned off. Because some little areas, it looks a little, the photogrammetry, it doesn't look very good. It's a little kind of messy around here with the trees and things like that. But just simply turn it off, and you will have it just like it is right now. It looks great like this. And when we get in the air, we will put that back on. Okay, just right here while we're at Marathon. Alright, so fasten your seatbelts. Prepare for departure. Alright, so let's go ahead and go. Oh, before, wait, no, I'm too anxious, okay? I want to show you one thing. Flaps set for takeoff. Right here. So you want 2 notches of flaps in, takeoff position. And pitch trim, I'm going to leave on 0. Now let me show you here. Also, the payload of the aircraft, how I got here, okay. Seats, 25%, 10%, fuel, about half. Empty, CG, I got this at 28%. Seems to work out pretty good for this loadout, okay? And I want to mention something else. One more thing before we get in the air, okay? Down here, if you put this on auto, okay, what will happen is you won't be able to set your heading manually. You see what it does? Okay, so if you want to do it manually, set this switch on manual, okay? And then you can change your heading. See? Alright, so we're going to put this really quick on, let's see, let's put this on 341, okay? Oh no, I think I need to put that on 254, yeah. 254, and we'll just change this a little bit right about here, just in case I want to use it. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're ready to depart now. And I want to get to close to about 150, 160 before rotating, but I might have to go a little sooner. We're looking good now. Let's go ahead and rotate. And you don't want to rotate too aggressively with this aircraft, because you got to get some speed first. Get the landing gear up. Okay, I'm going to retract with 1 notch of flaps. We're approaching 1,000 feet pretty quickly here. At least get to about 1,500, 2,000 before you start doing your turns or whatever, into your autopilot. You engage your autopilot. Okay, I'm retracting our flaps now. Okay. Now, yeah, look, this is Marathon with just no photogrammetry turn on. You gotta watch out you don't overspeed. You see what's happening here? So I'm kind of nosing down, so I gotta get back a little bit on that. Put some pitch up. There we go. Alright, so we're going to be on our course shortly, okay? We're lining up right about now. It's kind of 3, 4, 7, okay. Even though I don't really totally need the heading just yet, I'm just going to kind of set it. And we do have to watch our altitude. Notice we kind of like losing a little bit. Let's get this up at about, maintain, you got to keep your eye on that VSI. You need that to be, you know, up a little bit, especially when you're below, you know, 2,000 feet. Kind of busy fooling with some things. Okay, let's go ahead now and kind of come back a little bit. I was banking. Whenever you do a bank, you can lose some altitude. That's one other thing I kind of learned with this aircraft. You have to be careful on those banking because you will have that problem. Get a little more throttle. You see I'm losing speed. All right, so now let's go ahead and I think I'm good enough. No, we're going to go ahead and engage the autopilot. Let's do that, and we're going to do heading for now. Okay. So I should be at about 345 on the heading. All right, so now we are right on course, okay? But it's looking pretty good. Now, let me show you something now also with this aircraft, okay? Now, I want to pitch down some, okay? Just press that button, all right? And notice the pitch here, okay? You press that switch one more time, and you're going to go down a little more. And the more you hold it, you're going to go down even more. You see, but if you just do it one at a time, you see, notice my vertical speeds coming to a more reasonable level there. We're at 2,000, okay? So let's go ahead and we're going to hold our altitude at 9,500. All right, right here. Okay, now I'm going to watch to make sure this is going to level out. Okay, it takes a little bit, a couple of minutes sometimes to get it situated. If it's not right, I can use this right here and kind of adjust it. But so far it looks okay, a little bit below, but we can change that with one. Watch this, what's going to happen now. All right, this looks good. Hold altitude. Speed's looking good. But I think I'm going to kind of pull the throttles back a little bit. All right. Now, look down here, and you will see everything is level pretty much, okay? PSI perfect. So we're going to set this to radio. Now, what this is going to do, we're not going to use heading, we're going to go to radio. This is going to engage the GPS, okay, which I have the switch right here set to GPS. All right, so that's going to follow our course perfectly. Just going to follow it right here, okay. All right, so we are on our way. Now, I do want to say, I believe I have to have this set to auto. I'm still kind of working on that, sure, but I do think I need to put this on auto. For that, I'm pretty sure. We're not using heading right now, so I'm pretty sure I need to put that on auto. Okay, but we'll check it. So let's see. So obviously, like I said, even with me, there's still a few things that I'm trying to learn about the aircraft, but I do know I have completed about 5 or 6 flights with it pretty good. And notice, look, my speed, my altitude, my VSI everything is stable. Engine's stable. It's perfect. Okay, perfect. And we are almost halfway there already, okay? Now, right here, I don't know exactly. Let me see. I think, yeah, you see, this is a little off right here. So, I probably could adjust that some and go to the right a little more, and that's what I think we're going to do right now. But it don't matter too much, but we're going to do that right now, so let's go to manual. We're going to change this a little bit closer to our course, okay? Now let's take it off of our radio and hit heading select, and we're going to start doing that turn to the right. Get lined up a little bit better with the course, and then we're going to hit our radio, okay? It should follow it just perfectly once that is done, okay? But by the time I do this, I'm probably going to have to get ready to set up my approach. I mean, look, we already almost there. I have not been used to getting to my destination so quick. You know, a lot of my VLJs, you know, are not this fast. So, I mean, I'm getting to these places quicker than I usually do. All right, so and we're going to have to start descending. All right, so let's go ahead and slow down. Before we do that, let's go ahead and start lining up again. Okay, let's go ahead and start lining up again. And I'm gonna now notice that it's turning now, so I got a little closer to course. So now it's gonna follow it just perfectly. Okay. Now what I want to do now is start descending. Obviously, okay. I'm always coming in too high, too fast. Like I said, I'm just getting to my destination so much quicker. All right, so. And it's about to get pretty bad too when I start flying the Citation X and the Sovereign. You know, you can only learn so many planes at one time, you know, so I'm just working on picking up some of those aircraft that I haven't got around to ever getting. Alright, so I did slow down. Notice I just have radio on. And notice I pressed this twice to start the descent. Now let's go ahead and we're going to work on our approach. That's a little bit aggressive. Let's go up a little bit. Look, kind of ridiculous going down at 4,000. Dropping out the sky, aren't we? Oh, no, not that. Not that. Oh, man, we don't want to. I'm pressing it the wrong way, okay? All right, there we go. Really about to mess things up now. Let's level out a little bit because we're kind of going to have problems. If not, I'm just really messed up right there. Let's get it a little bit more stabilized at 5,000 feet and get it slowed down more. Okay. Let's get it calmed down a little bit. All right. Okay, now let's do that again. Okay. Just one should be all I need. All right. Now this is more reasonable. About what? 1,200, 1,500, 2,000 feet a minute. That's perfect. Okay, so now let me go ahead and try this again, reworking the approach. Okay. Speed looks okay, so I want to make sure that this is going like I want it to go before I start fiddling around. The next thing I know, I'm plunging into the ocean. Okay. So let's get this approach kind of going, all right? I think it's 3.5 where I want to come in at. All right, and let's hold the altitude right there. This is perfect, okay? And let's load and activate this approach. Okay, now you can see him making a turn to the left there, all right? It's going to line up and it's going to go straight to this waypoint, all right? But let me go ahead now and pick the map and we'll see what's going on. You see here? Okay. This is the approach. All right, so we're going to go right on in to Marco Island. I'm still kind of going a little bit faster. I think I might need to get down to about 3,000. Kind of deciding right now what to do with that. but you know it's kind of looking like that. So let's get this throttle up. When you get things set, you don't want to start, you know, like forgetting to check the altimeter and all of that stuff, and you know, your speed, your VSI. You just don't want to forget that stuff. You want to continuously monitor it, you know, because you're not going to have as many warnings in an old jet like this as what you would those modern ones. But that's what makes this aircraft fun to fly. It's different, you know. You just have to learn the differences in the aircraft. That's all you have to do. Now, the only thing about this aircraft that I'm not sure about is the night lighting. It's, you know, only like these gauges here and this one kind of light up at night, and over here and nothing in the center. It's very possible I'm doing something wrong, but as far as I saw, that this is all the switches right here for interior lights. It says interior lights here, unless there's another one that I'm missing. And if I am, hey, let me know. You know, get some more speed in there, because it's very possible I could be missing something. But I didn't notice any cabin lights like back here. You know, like over there, you can't really select anything there. It's not clickable there. Cabin lights. You can still fly it at night, but I'll show you when we land. I'm kind of moving into night. I'll change the time, and we'll take a look at what I'm talking about. But man, we're just coming in pretty well here, aren't we? So far. So as you see, if something happens, it's not going to be because of the aircraft's fault. It's going to be because of my fault. Okay, which I'm a little concerned, because I don't always use my flight stick, and right now I don't have it hooked up. I'm kind of using a regular Xbox controller, but I'm on a PC, of course, always. But that's just what's going on right now, because I could just have better control over the camera so many times, and that's why I like to do this, you know. Ideally, you really kind of want your flight stick and your Xbox controller hooked up at the same time. That's the ideal thing, but I've got to set it on the side, my SciTech Aviator, which is such an awesome flight stick. But it's just old, it's short its age, I need to replace it. Alright, Marker Island's really pretty, I can tell you. We're getting close to it. Alright. Looking good. But yeah, I gotta say, you know, I've been having a good time with this aircraft. I definitely been having a good time with it. It's just so different than anything I've had, you know, and a whole different beast than those VLJs that I always fly all over the place. But as a business jet junkie, big fan of those myself here, so I'm going to be showcasing more business jets on this channel. Seaplanes, business jets. I do like airliners too. I fly a lot of things. And I never did do the video I mentioned about this Boeing 717 like I'm doing right here. FMS flight. But I need to do that, because that's another good little aircraft. It's a nice small airliner that, like this, hasn't got much love, and I think it's really good. I've had a good fun time flying it. Alright, check this approach out. This is really cool. Hey, wait a minute. Okay, I wanted to get the photogrammetry back enabled. I forgot to put it on. Okay, so let's go ahead now, and we need to descend more. Okay, and I'm really kind of concerned, because you know what I think's going on now? I think I'm going to be too high here. And I hate that I will be, because I'm trying to keep this video at a reasonable length, but you know, it's like we're going to end up being too high, which happens quite a lot. Okay, let's try not to, but you know, it happens a lot. This might be more aggressive descent, but we need to get it down, right? Let's get the speed brakes in. Pull them in right now. It's about 55. Get it slowed down a good bit here. Get ready to get our landing gear down. Get our lights. All right. Landing lights. Watch that runway be like right here. You know, I'm getting really close. Too close. I might be able to do it. We're down to 2,000, but yeah, we may not be too bad. I don't know. I still don't even have a visual. Let's hold it right here. Let's hold it right here, just right there. We track speed brakes. A little bit more and get more So I think I see it. Is it right ahead? That's a small runway. Autopilot off. Okay. Gear down. Let's come on in. Full flaps. I want to keep it at about 160 at least until I get closer. Not the best weather out here, is it? I'm actually doing some down trim right here. Oh wow, check that lightning out. Ain't that something? Alright, we coming in. Looking good so far. I'm not descending too quick. I like my descent rate. Full flaps. Everything's looking good. Alright, we're coming in. The plane does come in really quick, so you really have to kind of watch it, you know. And I'm on that trim too. So I'll just pitch because it can feel a bit pitchy. Notice I'm at idle right now. This is a short runway. I didn't realize how short it is. I think we got enough room though. Let's see if we can clean some of the speed off. Oh man. Hopefully I can get it stopped. So obviously I came in too fast. I mean, that's kind of close. What do you say? Now what I could have done is I could have set the speed brakes. You know, I could have put those speed brakes in and, you know, it might have made life a little easier. I probably should have hit the speed brakes as soon as I got, you know, right on the runway, and then reverses. It would have made it less nerve-wracking, but that's okay. It worked. And I hope this gives you an idea of how to fly this aircraft. And like I said, all I did not even really, I didn't do much flight planning. I set departure and destination. That's what I did. Then I selected my approach. And there you go. I never even, and also in here, I never did select this approach either. Now, if I had bad visibility, I might have had to do that. Okay, but I never used that yet, alright? But there's still a few things that I myself need to probably learn about this aircraft, but you know, this is my experience after I learned. Before I learned, I didn't know what the heck I was doing, you know, but I would say about after the third flight, I had a hang of it on how to fly the aircraft and things like that, and shutdown. Let's show that real quick. And that's what you do. You turn these fuel pumps off, aircraft will shut down. Let's get the switches off. Okay. Generators will put them back on. Reset, reset. Okay. And off, off, off. All right. Pretty quick and easy to shut down. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and open up the, I didn't know what was in here. Oh, I never even realized that was in there. Okay. So yeah, so let's go ahead and open the door and drop the stairs. How about? All right, so that is a full flight for the Lockheed JetStar. And I hope you all find this video useful, because I was looking for something like this before I even purchased the aircraft, and after I bought it, I was still looking for it and couldn't find anything. So I was like, well, I guess I'll try to do a video of it. And I wanted to kind of get this out now because there's still a couple of days left to the sale, and it's 50% off. And as you can see, it's probably worth it. You know, for me, it is. You know, so yeah, if you want a different jet, I definitely think you should check this out. I would definitely recommend this aircraft. For me, that's the aircraft is a 4 out of 5. And the only reason why I'm kind of saying 4 is because I'm not sure about the night lighting. Let me show you that real quick, okay? Let's take a look at that, all right? Let's change this to, let's put our batteries on, obviously. Okay. And let's put the generators back on. Yeah, because I'm going to show you what I mean, all right? So all right, so you see right here, these lights, okay, these are on. Now, obviously you can put the flashlight on, but these are on, but I have nothing here, you know, and it gets, as you can see, it's really dark. Now, these lights here, it says on or whatever, but this is inoperative. Okay, so adjust brightness. What I can do is go off and hit on right there. It says on, so I would think that I would have a little more light. So yeah, you know, it's just really dark. Okay, so that's how the lights are, and I don't see anywhere in here to really get those on. I haven't saw anything, but it is very possible that I'm missing something here with the lights. But if I am, and you know what it is, let me know. But if not, then that's what I was referring to when I said the night lights. But everything else is a winner here, in my opinion. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna get it back shut off, and we will call it a video. All right, let's see here. Okay. Oh, did I turn it? Okay, let's see. Man, it's really dark out here, isn't it? Let's get the time back up here first before we do this. That'll work. Really dark at this airport. Alright, so there you have it. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye for now.